You're listening to the Abdominal Acupuncture podcast with Pia Kollenberg.
I wish you a happy new year. Let's talk a little bit about the side effects of maybe a too heavily New Year's party. You have already eaten quite a lot at Christmas time, and 1 week later, New Year's Eve, 3 bottles of wine, or the big Christmas turkey. And then, I don't know, here in France, there is oysters and there is foie gras, and it's very fatty, very delicious food. And as you can imagine, mostly we eat late, we eat too much, and then there is quite a lot of alcohol also. That's part of it. So if we now look in abdominal acupuncture treatment, let's say, okay, your digestive system is quite a bit in suffering. Could be bellyache, could be constipation, could be bloating, could be diarrhea. And for sure you have a bit still of a headache, maybe also a bit of a stiff neck, and your sleep is also not really brilliant, but mostly because of the headache. Sounds familiar? Maybe not for you, but maybe you have patients who came in, if you're already working back in your clinic, that kind of describing this kind of problems. And so I thought it would be a good idea to make a little bit of a note about it and to talk about it. So let's start with the bellyaches, with a problem in the digestive system. And we are working on the belly already, and that has straight away an effect. Whatever points you're using, it'll relax the body. But for sure, we will choose points that are very pinpointed to this kind of problems, and we will choose to begin with the points on the Genmai channel, and a good start would be Genmai 12 and Genmai 6, Heaven and Earth. And then I would combine it with Stomach 25 and Spleen 6. So why would I do that? For sure, we have this kind of, it gives you a kind of a cross. You have the Genmai channel in the middle, and then you have that line where you have Stomach 25 and Spleen 15. So if you see that in front of you, and then you will have a little bit of a drawing on the side of this podcast, so you can have a visual looking at it. So it gives you a kind of a cross. And why Stomach 25 and Spleen 15? That's a very good combination for the middle jaw. If there is a blockage in the middle jaw, and that is quite often the point if there was maybe excessive drinking and eating. And Stomach 25 brings the chi downwards, direction to the middle jaw, because it's the moo point of the large intestine. So it has this downward movement. And the spleen point moves the chi mostly upwards. So you have this pivoting action. It's a good combination for moving and nourishing, and it reboosts a bit the digestive problem, the digestive process. And so for me, it's a very, very good combination. To explain a little bit further, to say the stomach receives and ripens the food, and if there is too much of it, or maybe too fat, or if the fish or the oysters was a bit too old and a bit fishy, if I can use that pun line, for sure your digestive system gets a bit out of tune, and so that sending the pure part to the spleen for processing will be probably a bit a bit blocked. So again, this combination will really, really help to push the impure part to the small intestine, and then give the spleen the time to transform and transport the food. So the nutritive essence will be quite useful for the body again, because at the moment, because with all that blockage, it's not so much happening. So stomach 25 also traditionally is the point that regulates large intestine and the stomach meridian. And if we go now to Genmai 12, because when you are in the abdominal acupuncture bubble, you quite often see only the turtle. But Genmai 12, what is it? If you look in what you learned traditionally, Genmai 12 is the stomach move point. And yeah, here again we go. We have a point that helps the digestive problem. And then when we go and translate it or see it as a AA point, it's on the turtle, on the SCS first level, it's the head. So we look at it and we can see we can treat the headache on an SCS level, that I would say on the first level, or if you go into the deeper Zong Fu system, we can treat the digestive disorder as well. That is up to you to decide how you want to do, how you want to do it. I would suggest I would start with Genmai 12 and 6. I would do that on a deeper level to really accentuate the chi and blood movement. And I would then choose stomach 25 and spleen 15 on a medium level, just to be in the channel system, in the 12 regular channel system. See what happens with the headache. If that gets better, if it doesn't get better, then you can change the position of Genmai 12 into the SCS level, the first level, and see if that maybe gives the relief of the headache. If the headache is there because massively drinking and probably a little bit too much toxins in your body, another point combination you could add would be the 4 gates. The 4 gates on the belly. For sure you could use also the 4 gates in traditional acupuncture, but on the belly, while we are talking about abdominal acupuncture, let's use the 4 gates on the belly. And on the belly, it's stomach 24 and stomach 26 bilaterally on both sides. So, and for sure, that keeps chi moving. And for sure, on the right hand side, if we are on stomach 24, we are more on the liver side. That means it's really if you go to the Zong Fu level, on the 3rd level, you would be with stomach 25 and stomach 24 or AB1. You will be in the 2 trigrams in Zen and Shen trigram for the liver. So that could be an additional variation, but I think the 4 gates will be quite useful and quite calming in general. And the 4 gates, the needlet's second layer for the meridians, but if you prefer to go and to clean or to attach more emphasis on the liver energy, then you could use, as I say, instead of the 4 gates, AB1 on the right side, you have already stomach 25, and so in one way it will be quite a minimalistic treatment, and less is always more with needles. Try not to overdo it on the belly, because sometimes you have to wait a little bit how the patients react, and that you know that. So let's repeat again what I said. The treatment for this kind of suffering, again, Genmai 12 and 6, very simple. Heaven and Earth combined with stomach 25 and spleen 15. So that already covers quite a lot of your problems, as I said, headache, digestive system. If you want to go a little bit more into the cleansing process, add the 4 gates as well. It's never bad to start the new year with a bit of circulation in your body. So I hope you enjoyed that, and wait and see what I talk about in my next podcast. Okay, bye.
You've been listening to the Abdominal Acupuncture Podcast with Pia Kollenberg.